Kia ora, I'm Mark Wilson. My team and I are from Victoria University of Wellington, and with your school's help we're doing a study about what it's like to be a young person or rangatahi living in the Wellington region right now. If you've been paying attention, then you know that this year the government released a report from the Mental Health Inquiry, and as part of that report, young people are identified as a really important group to try and understand. The problem is we don't really have a good idea of what's going on for young people today, and that's what the Youth Wellbeing Study is all about. We'd like to invite you to take part in the Youth Wellbeing Study that's taking place in your school later this year. We're doing this study because we're trying to find out how students think, feel and behave. We want to find out more about what's going on in your lives, including things that are tough to deal with. Rangatahi, just like everybody else, experience ups and downs, and we're interested in hearing from all young people about their experience so that we can build a more complete picture of what life is like for young people in Aotearoa, New Zealand. We'll be building this picture from several angles. We'll survey young people like yourselves at schools. We'll invite your parents to take part in a different survey. And we'll also be gathering information from schools.
Kia ora, my name is Kate Bryson and I'm one of the researchers on the Youth Wellbeing Study team. I'm going to tell you about what's involved if you choose to take part in the study. We would like to invite you to complete a survey. This takes place during a class period at school and takes about half an hour. The survey is online, so you'll fill it in on whichever device you usually use at school. Because we're interested in what's great and what's not so great about being a young person in New Zealand, some of the questions in the survey are about sensitive issues. For example, we will ask questions about whether or not you've ever experienced bullying at school. This means it's really important that you think carefully about whether you want to do the survey or not. You don't have to fill in the survey if you don't want to. Not filling in the survey or stopping partway through won't affect your school progress in any way. If you do fill in a survey and then decide you don't want us to use it in the study, that's okay too. You can ask us to delete it. At the end of the survey, we'll ask you if you would like to talk to someone else you can trust. If you fill in this page, we'll make sure that someone gets in touch with you as soon as possible. We'll also give you a list of places that you can contact to get help. Only the research team ever see what you write in the survey. We don't share your survey with your parents or teachers. The only time we talk about your survey is if we're worried about your safety. In that case, we pass your name on to the guidance counsellor team at your school and ask them to check in with you. At the end of the survey, we'll give you a chocolate bar to say thanks for giving your time to help us with our research.
Kia ora. My name's Kayla Robinson and I'm a PhD student in the Youth Wellbeing Study. I'm going to tell you more about what happens with your survey. Everyone who does the survey gets their own code number linked to their name, but only the researchers will know whose code number is whose. This means that the survey is completely private and confidential. Only the research team ever see your survey. Nobody else, like your teachers, parents, caregivers, or guidance counsellors, will ever see what you wrote in your survey. Because we're interested in how your life changes as you go through high school, over the next 2 years we'll come back to school and invite you to take part in the survey again. Even if you choose to take part in the survey this year, you can still choose not to take part in next year's survey. If you choose to take part in the survey again, we'll link your surveys together using your code number. When we have all the surveys back from your school and the other schools doing the study, we'll group them all together and look for general patterns. Because we're interested in general patterns, we analyse all the surveys together rather than looking specifically at any one person's survey. This means that there's no way of being able to work out who said what in anything we say about this study. What you say in the survey is completely confidential. Once we've found these patterns that tell us what it's like to be a young person growing up in New Zealand today, we take this information and share it with other scientists around the world and with people whose job it is to support young people. We write a general summary of what we find for your school and write a summary of the overall findings that you and your whānau can read if you'd like to. We also use the findings to develop resources to better support young people who might be struggling.
Hi, me again. Finally, all of the information that you've heard in this video today is included in an information sheet that will be handed out to you at school. In that information sheet is the contact information for me and our research team, and you're welcome to get in touch with any of us by email or phone if you have questions. Thanks so much for paying attention and for considering our invitation to be part of the Youth Wellbeing Study.